Hi guys, so we are back. I've been a little bit ill, so I've been away for a while, but I hope everyone's good. I am going to be doing the TikTok rant, reviewing that she went on before, because she's obviously trying to convince everyone that she's a great person. So she went over to TikTok and they figured her out that she's trash. And so she went on a little story timeline about what had gone on. So, if we can stand it, let's get on. So yeah, just so you know, I could not find the part 1 of the little rant she did on TikTok, so I was just starting with part 2.
This person is a high school mean girl bully, miserable with themselves, and they project, her and her audience project on me every day. They steal my content and they make fun of me with it. So those same people here are coming on here and using animal abuse as a form of justifying their own vile actions towards me. So to make a long story short, I moved to the Middle East. A lot of people didn't think that that was the right choice for me. Again, you cannot dictate how somebody lives their life. I prayed. I had gotten out of a year-long abusive relationship, and I prayed to God to set...
No, wrong. Nobody gives a shit that you've gone to Kuwait, love. People are pissed off about what you did to your cats. And you weren't in an abusive relationship. You were never in an abusive relationship. It's a load of shit. You were giving money to a crackhead who didn't really want you, and then you stalked the hell out of him. So let's not lie.
Send me somebody to take care of me, and he sent me Salah. I prayed Salah, and he sent me Salah. And this person has been nothing but protective of me. And already those same people make videos. He's scamming her. He doesn't love her. How could he possibly touch her? She's fat. She's gross. The amount of body shaming in this community is horrendous, yet I'm the vile one. The animal abuse allegations started when I announced...
Well, hang on. You're always body shaming people. And I hate that word, by the way, body shaming, because I think it's a load of nonsense. But she's always doing it. She's always having to go at FFG. Oh, look at FFG. Look how fat she is. How dare she talk about me. Blah, 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 blah. You're the worst one for it, so shut your hole.
To my... when I announced publicly that I would have to rehome my pets. Now, one of them is 5 years old, and I easily could rehome him. I did find him a very good home with somebody that, a friend of the family's. Now, I also had another cat, BBJ, who I've had since 2004. She's my first cat since being on my own. When I got her, she was 1 to 2 years old. I rescued her from a shelter. She's a beautiful Nebelung and gray long hair cat, and she's 21 years old approximately now.
No, she's not.
So she's lived a very good long life with me. Now, my mental health is not good, and it's recently declined a lot. So I, at some point, neglected my home. And some people think
that's a load of shit. From the minute you moved into that villa, you did no cleaning. Well, I think I saw her cleaning when the crackhead was going to come round. You didn't do any cleaning, and it's got nothing to do with your mental health. It's got everything to do with you being a lazy fat slob. And it's got nothing to do with you an abusive ex, because you didn't have an abusive ex, because you're the abuser.
That I neglected my pets. Now, I'll explain why they say that. So what happened was, this complete psycho bully from YouTube actually is always trying to insert herself in my life. I had a fashion show one time back in Canada, plus size fashion show, and she actually showed up and filmed the video.
It was a public event. It was a public event that anybody could go to. There's no reason why she couldn't go, but there was fuck all people there. So had she known it was going to be that empty, she may not have gone. It was a public event, and you're stupid.
And filmed the fashion show. Then before I could go and put on my own content on the fashion show that I was actually in, she actually went on her channel and called it Fatty Fashion Show, and just made a complete joke of it and fat shamed everybody. We actually befriended my ex-best friend as well. The list goes on of the invasive things.
No, she didn't actually. She was quite nice. She was even nice about you. She was nice about you. She was nice about everybody else there. She, you know, I remember everybody being outraged that she had a picture taken with you. So she wasn't mean about anyone at all. So again, you're lying.
She's done to insert herself in my life. Now, going further, she found out.
Oh, and the best friend thing, I'm sure we all know, that she didn't go out and seek that person out. They ended up talking because said person came into her chat after she was blocked from Chantel's chat. So again, wrong.
That I may have to rehome BBJ. Now, I had a vet consultation for when I returned from Kuwait. So I did come to Kuwait before and I had to return back to Canada. So I returned back to Canada for about a month. And in that time, I was going to close up everything I had to do there, including what to do with the pets. This person is a high school...
Oh, hang on. We need the next one. Wait a sec.
I thought it would be in their best interest to not have them travel the 17 to 20 hours it would take, depending with the layover time, to come to Kuwait and to live here in this apartment. It's a smaller place. So I thought that my cat Sam would be happier with someone else. And BBJ, I wasn't too sure. She's had a lot of health problems. I could tell she's been declining. I've lived with her for 20 years. I suspected she had arthritis.
She had a lot of conditions and problems that could have been treated, that you chose not to treat. So it's all what we've heard from FFG is that she had the claws growing into the pads, which is disgusting. She had dirty ears, arthritis, I believe, manky teeth, and was there something to do with her kidney or her liver? All mostly stuff that you could have prevented by taking her regularly to get checked. You lazy fat hole.
Arthritis, because she did limp a little bit. Part of that, her claws, as I read, older animals, their claws actually grow a lot longer because they don't scratch. She stopped scratching. My other cat, Sam, his claws were fine. I'm able to trim his claws. He's very calm. But with BBJ, what happened was this bully reached out to me offering to take BBJ, and I refused. I'm not going to give somebody who's been bullying me for years my pet to take care of. Mind you, she did have 2 pets of her own that she ended up having to euthanize. She was villainizing me for wanting to take BBJ to the vet for a consultation on possible end of life consultation, depending on her well-being, because it's about her quality of life at this point. What kind of ailment?
Yeah, well, the quality of life was shit because you weren't taking care of stuff, you knob.
She had, and to also get her nails taken care of. When I was in Kuwait, I video timed with my roommate who was taking care of my pets for me, and I asked him to show me her nails. At the time, it was a little hard to see, but they looked fine to me. They looked like decent, like they could wait till I get home. And she does have long hair on her feet, so it's a little hard to see. Now, BBJ, actually, anytime I touch her paws, she doesn't like that. And when I especially would try to cut her nails.
I wonder why, when her nails are growing into her paws, you stupid, absolute. That sort of shit does not happen in a small amount of time. That was going on for a long time. And you're just lazy and ignorant of that animal suffering.
She shrieks a lot. So it makes me very nervous to do it. So I prefer to have it done by a veterinarian. So when I got home from Kuwait, I made an appointment to see a specific vet in my hometown. The vet I know that has seen her before and has her file. So I did it, it was a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks later, and that when her appointment was. And that was to see if she was able to be rehomed or if I should euthanize her. And to me, that is my choice as a pet owner. I was villainized by these people over and over and over. And the reason is for their own selfish motivation, because they make money off of creating drama and verbally abusing me. This is how they make a living. This person makes an insane amount of money being an internet bully mean girl.
Hate it, don't you?
That whole community on YouTube is extremely toxic. I thought it would be in their best interest to not have them travel.
that community is actually not anywhere near as toxic as the community you've got, you twat.
But I digress. The point is to talk about this animal abuse.
Yeah, go on then.
So what's being done is false outrage. So because I told this bully, no, she cannot have my pet, she actually did something vile and deceitful. And she actually had one of her family members, her sister-in-law, persistently message me through Instagram DMs, reassuring me that she's this lonely woman, she's very ill in bed, she would be able to really take care of BBJ.
Yeah,
just very reassuring, sent me pictures and things like that of her home. You know, I really wanted to take the time to make sure that she would be suitable, and I fell for it. And so this bully of mine, so I had a vet appointment set up, right? Remember this. So whenever I agreed to rehome...
You were back from Kuwait fucking plenty of time to get that cat seen by a vet. So don't try it, love.
My pet BBJ to this person who I trusted to have, you know, if I had known they had anything to do with this psycho, sorry for lack of a better term, but I can't think of any other word for that kind of behavior. And it's really weird that more people don't see it. But anyway.
No, they don't.
It was set. She wanted...
They don't, because what they do see is BBJ getting the help that she needs and the treatment that she needs, and actually maybe enjoying her life, however long she's got left, and having a good quality of life, because her claws have been cut, and her ears have probably been cleaned, and her teeth will be cleaned. And she'll be on pain relief for her arthritis. You fucking selfish cunt. Ugh.
She wanted to pick up the cat right away, said she would take care of all the vet bills. And I did actually, in my DMs with her, say, well, you want to pick up the cat tomorrow? I actually have a vet appointment tomorrow to bring BBJ to have her checked out and to have her nails trimmed, because I did have another look at the nails, or tried to as best as I could. And it did look like they were growing into the pads. And this did happen once before in BBJ's later years. Because I didn't realize how fast they were growing. Like Sam's nails.
But it doesn't matter, because a cat or an animal that has nails grown into its pads, you can tell they're not going to be walking properly. It's going to be extremely painful. Ugh.
My younger cat, his nails were fine. They grow at a normal rate. He scratches his scratch bows, the furniture, everything, you know. But hers, the nails get really coarse and they grow at a very rapid rate because of that. So they were overgrown. And yes, I do feel bad for that.
Not just overgrown.
Does that make me a horrible animal abuser? And
yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, they weren't just overgrown. They were growing into the pads. That is different. And make absolutely no mistake. That is why she's pissed, because it was FFG who got one up on her, and she fucking hates that.
She really, really emphasizes how the cat was screaming when she took her to the vet, because she had 5 of her claws that were embedded in the pads from being overgrown. Disgusting. I really tried my best to give them the best life.
Ugh. But are we gonna start trying to justify that now? What are we on, 6?
And the cat always screams anyway, anytime I touch her paws to cut her nails, even when they weren't overgrown. And I did explain this in another video before. So now she's milking this to the max, even though I said I would take the cat to the vet and have her looked at, make sure she's rehomable. But no, because if I had done that, then this bully would not have more content to milk and to try to ruin my reputation with. Now with this hashtag.
You haven't got a reputation. You've ruined that yourself. Do you think that FFG wanted BBJ to have all these, to be in pain like that? Do you really think she wouldn't have rather took her to the vets and the vet gone, no, nothing wrong? And the vet did actually say, yes, she's old, but she's got a lot of life in her. Nobody wanted this for BBJ, for drama. People just want you to be accountable, Chantel, which your mother clearly never showed you how to be accountable or held you accountable.
Of animal abuse. So you can hashtag all you want. You can cancel me all you want. I've been canceled thousands of times before. And you're not going to prevent me from speaking my mind and being here for my fans and my followers and people who enjoy me and understand that I'm not an animal abuser. That's the story. Imagine somebody targeting you for years, bullying you and body shaming you, coming for your family, stealing your content every day to use it against you. How that would affect your mental health if you let it. I refuse to let it anymore. And then going through the process, when I was home for a month in Canada, I had so many things to tie up. I was a financial mess. I was an emotional mess. I deal with mental health and eating disorder. I am a mess. I'm a train wreck. And I realize this is why people watch me, but I'm still a human being. And I loved my pets.
Not really.
And I still wake up every day, like, in a little bit of disbelief that they're not here. So.
What a load of absolute utter shite. And now we've got fake tears. You couldn't give a shit about those pets. You little manipulative bitch.
To have that traumatic experience, it was traumatic for me to have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
To know that.
What do you think it felt like for that cat to live like that? To have, like, fucking a fur as well, was all matted, and a fucking not be able to walk properly because you must be in so much pain. Ugh.
That your elderly cat that you only wanted to do the best for, whether that was rehoming her, she was fit, or whether to put her down in humane euthanasia. I'm being called a cat killer for humane euthanasia, even though this bully euthanized her 2 pets. So the hypocrisy is just outstanding, and it's just a toxic community, and it's not something I want to address anymore, and it's not something I will be on this video or series of videos. It's just not going to happen. And like I said, cancel me, do what you want, but just leave me alone. And if you can't, that's fine. I will just block and just focus on God and my newfound journey and my husband and you guys, my followers. There's some of you who have been here for me through the whole thing. I've been on social media for like since 2017, and it's not easy.
It's not easy. Well, get the fuck off then. Overgrown my ass.
Because this one incident or even 2 incidents of the nails being an issue. Again, I was away in Kuwait for 3 months. So I didn't really have the scope of the situation until I came back. And
you did nothing.
Even if you think I should have taken her right away instead of a couple of weeks later, a few weeks later, whatever, that still doesn't make me a horrible animal abuser, because there are actual people out there who really abuse their animals. And not just that, I've taken really good care of her for 20 years. My pets love me.
Bullshit.
I really tried my best to give them the best life that they could. So for people to just completely dismiss...
You let a crackhead kick BBJ, and you didn't care.
My entire ownership of these cats for the past years and years, when they've been following me on vlogs, taking care of them, being happy, playing, etc., etc.
What, do you mean chucking food down on the floor? Yeah.
Now all of a sudden I'm a cat abuser because of the nails. So back to the story. Basically, I know it's hard to follow. It's just ridiculous to me. Like, I just can't even believe I'm having to talk about this. Having to rehome your pets is a distressing thing enough to do. Like, people act like I was happy to do it and just ditch my pets for a man. No, this is my soulmate. Thank you very much. And I have a right to be happy in my life. Circumstances change in life. And moving here is something that I want to do for my life. And we're also going to be traveling. So this is for their best interest. I don't believe in prolonging a cat's life if they're not going to have the quality of life at that age, and they're just going to have to be euthanized. Don't want to burden someone with that. with all the vet bills, etc. But this person insisted. I should have maybe had a red flag. So the person refused whenever I said, I'm going to take the cat to the vet before you pick her up. And I have the DM here. They refused, and here's why they refused. Because this bully relies on creating false outrage or scenarios.
No, if you'd have taken care of your cat, like you say, there would have been nothing to reveal. The fact is, we all knew that that cat was in a poor state.
Out of contrived drama to get views. So she's actually exploiting my cat and her problems for money and views at this point. It's actually disgusting. And what happened was this bully sent her brother to come pick up my cat. This person dressed up in disguise and hid behind a snowbank near my home. And she basically stole my cat through deception.
No, she didn't.
And she'll use the excuse, well, you gave the cat away. There's really nothing I can do about it. So because it's out of my control, I leave the rest up to God now. That's my new motto. That's how I try to live my life. Do I get emotional and get upset? And yeah, I do. And sometimes I lash out. I mean, I'm human. You know, I'm not perfect.
Oh, the biggest understatement. Do I get emotional and lash out? Yeah, you're absolutely disgusting. You post the most vile, toxic, scum things I've ever seen on YouTube. You are a vile person, and you should be happy that your cat is getting taken care of now, you fat slob.
Perfect. I'm not an angel. But I do have the sincere want to change as a person and become better. Which is more than I can say for a lot of people who just want to keep dragging me down to their level. And sometimes it works.
You let them.
I'm not going to lie. So she has the cat. Maybe the next day or a couple days later, she goes online and reveals her big plan. And she's the biggest hero for saving BBJ.
Oh, and it just really pisses you off, doesn't it? Again, she got one off. You know, if you can't handle the heat, get out the fucking kitchen and stop moaning about it. I hate people that do this. You can either handle being on YouTube or you can't handle it. There's no in between. Pick a side, and if you can't handle it, fuck off.
But it is rewarding for people like you guys. You know who you are. And also, it's gotten me through a lot of tough times. You know, the other side of the coin, the other side of the coin is that it's gotten me through a lot of tough times. And it's given me an outlet to talk about a lot of things. So that I appreciate. As for the BBJ situation, people rely on verbally abusing me, body shaming me, targeting.
You make it incredibly easy to verbally abuse you, Chantal. Because, I mean, take your fucking pick with this woman. You make it so easy.
Me creating drama that will get them clicks and views, even if it's false. There's so many things that are false. It's like a really crappy version of the tabloids. If that can even be possible for me to say crappy version of the tabloids, because tabloids are crappy. So anyways, if you're here, I hope you listen to my story and I hope you understand. And that's about it.
Lot out.
So I plan on doing more content here. I really like TikTok, and I think people are just trying to ruin my reputation on here.
You don't have
and you can make your own judgment, but I'm not an animal abuser, and I refuse to label myself that.
You are.
And I refuse to listen to any future negativity towards me in regards to that.
You live in denial.
Anywhere. So